Keep in mind, this is going over the holiday season, so there were kind of limited releases this month, very small number. We had some security updates with CVEs. We had the Open Office issue. We had some additional Chrome updates, Firefox, Thunderbird, and Wireshark had some releases this month, between Patch Tuesdays, rather. We did have security updates without CVEs. Again, these are those applications that the vendors say it's a security update, but there aren't any specific CVEs reported associated with those. And of course, we have a handful of non-security updates as well, where general performance enhancements or things like that. Listing out some of the windows with third-party CVE information. In case you're interested, we include them here. We had, like I said, the versions of Chrome that were released, Open Office. You can see that a large Firefox update, 121 came out. This was released on 12/19, addressing 18 vulnerabilities. So you should obviously make sure you're up to date with the latest version of Firefox, but this one came out mid-month. And then we had the Wireshark updates. They actually updated several versions of Wireshark. 3.6, they updated 4.0 and 4.2 as well. So if you're running Wireshark in your environment as part of a discovery tool, analysis tool, make sure that you have that updated. And we had a Thunderbird update as well, addressing 11 vulnerabilities this month. On the Apple side, we had one Apple Sonoma update, the Chrome update, and Firefox. Of course, these carry over. They have both the Windows and the Mac versions. They do them all simultaneously, of course. We didn't have any security updates without CVEs this month, and we had a lot of non-security updates as well. This was the Sonoma update, 14.2.1, fixed one vulnerability. On the third-party side, these are the Chrome updates. Again, same ones that you saw on the Windows side showed up here as well. We had a Firefox update for the same 18 vulnerabilities, the ESR version for 11. And of course, on the Apple side as well, Microsoft does release their version of Edge. If you're running that on your macOS devices, there were a couple of updates there as well. Again, single vulnerabilities addressed there. And finally, Thunderbird had 11 vulnerabilities as well this month. This was back on the 19th, so right before the holidays. Again, kind of a light release of third-party and Microsoft updates in between the holidays. Getting back on track, of course, we have our Patch Tuesday releases you need to deal with right now. With that, Chris, I'll turn it back over to you on the Q&A side. Let's see what we got here.
All right. So while Todd was going through that, I did go out and do a little bit more searching because a number of you all posted about KB 5034441. The Microsoft forum discussions have been mediocre at best, unfortunately. They've been giving very plain answers and treating it as a edge case kind of thing, but obviously this is hitting a lot more people. I did find this article on Ask Woody. So I'm going to give everybody time to grab that article from here. But if you go and search for that particular KB with that failure on Ask Woody, you're going to find this article from Susan Bradley. So for those of you who are not aware, Susan is, she took over a lot of the activities on Ask Woody as Woody retired, and she's also the moderator of patchmanagement.org. So patchmanagement.org, if you're not familiar with it, it is a community focused specifically on the topic of patch management related challenges. She's very knowledgeable, very well connected in that community and with some experts over on the Microsoft side, and tends to get to really good answers better than anybody I've seen. So if she's got an answer for this, chances are this is going to be the best you're going to find out there. I know a couple of you were asking about this one. This is the article I would take a look at first. Now, what it looks like is happening is basically if your Windows 10 machines are a little bit older and they were set up with non-optimal partition sizes is how she refers to it. But basically, this particular update requires a large enough amount of space to be able to do the WinRE backup, or it's going to fail to run the install. So that's in most cases where people are running into issues. She is talking about doing this from an approach of either blocking it, or if you are in a situation where you need to do this, she gives some details here on how to try to approach this. She doesn't recommend installing the updates at the moment. That's her guidance. If you're not running BitLocker, she's suggesting to hide the update. If you do want to install it, she's going to be apparently doing a video on it with necessary next steps. So I would say take a look at this and watch for her additional updates around that as she finds a way to better manage that. So best answer I've found on that issue right now. So again, see if you can get to that article there. All right. There were, let's see. Oh, somebody was saying they're seeing it on server 2022 as well. So far, I've only seen articles relating to the Windows 10 failure error. So don't have any more details on that, but she might have more details for a server, if not now, possibly in the near future. There were a few people asking about, we did have a vulnerability that was resolved for Endpoint Manager. Let me pull up the article for it here. So EPM, for those of you on EPM, there was a CVE that was reported, not actively being exploited at this time, but it is a 9.6 criticality. The details about that advisory are available on the community, and basically the article on getting your EPM instance up to date. So that is the best source of information there on that update. I know there was a question around, will 2021 be getting that? No, 2021 had its final update prior to this CVE being discovered. So if you are on 2021, you would need to update to 2022 to be able to get this vulnerability resolved. So those are the questions that I've normally seen on that. Let me see if I can get this here. For those who asked me about it, I'm shooting you the KB article for that. I'll take a look and make sure I got to everybody else who asked that question as well. But that's the details about that one.